Hi, everyone. This is Christine Thompson with Beard & Warner. I'm the lead agent on the CT team, back with you again for another week of updates on the active real estate market. So I'm here as your advocate, so you can know everything that's going on. Normally my background says weekly update, but today it's saying real estate advocate because indirectly I really am that for you by providing you this information. So let's go to it. I'm going to get in there and start screen sharing the presentation with all the stats. If this is your first time joining me today, I do this every week, and I use the same graphs so that way you know what to anticipate if you keep watching this every week. And I do a week over week comparison of what's happening in the real estate market. So let's start flying through this. So I'm going to be showing you last week's graph, and then the next screen will be this week's graph. So last week we saw that there were 54 new homes on the market that came on. And as I've said before, and I'll keep saying this every week in case this is the first time you're watching it, when I say 54 new properties on the market, agents will go into the system, cancel off listings, and put them right back into the market, and the status shows as new. So are there really 54 new homes? Probably not. I would have to do a lot of digging to figure out exactly how many were new based on status. If you're really curious about that exact number, give me a call. I can let you know. Okay. And then 41 homes went under contract. This was a week ago. So we saw 54 new on the market, 41 under contract. You know, even if there weren't 54, maybe it was close to 41 or maybe a little more than 41. So there were more homes that came on the market than buyers making contracts a week ago. This week we have 77 homes new coming on the market, probably a little less than that, and 81 homes under contract. Ignore this 5, I have no idea where that came from. So 81 properties under contract. That is definitely more homes going under contract than sellers coming onto the market, even knowing it's not even 77 unique new homes coming on. I like to see that there's 15 price changes. Sellers are understanding, even though this is a seller's market, there is a threshold for every home and what price you can be asking. So really go in there smart and really investigate and dig deep on the market and see what homes are selling for, what they're like compared to yours, so you can have a real clear understanding what buyers' expectations are at a price point that you select. Make sure you can stand up in the ring and have a good boxing match and win when you go out there with that price that you're putting out there, and see if the buyers agree. Okay. So these are great numbers, though. Definitely an indicating seller market. It's still active out there and the inventory is low. So average list price, this was a week ago. And when I saw this 923, my theory on that is a lot of the homes at the lower prices are all just falling off the market so fast. And we're just left with the higher priced homes sitting there lagging on the market, because we can see the under contract homes, 532 is the average. Okay, so that kind of proves my theory there. And then this week, still kind of the same, 805 is the average list price for homes remaining on the market. 511 is the average for homes that are going under contract. So buyers or sellers, we know what price range buyers are more likely purchasing at, making offers at, if we're seeing an average of 511. 805, that means we're pushing high. Like if you're at 800, maybe 700 or higher, obviously going into the millions, we're averaging out down to 800 as an average. So under 600 is really a more popular range for pricing for homes to sell. And then average days on the market, 150 days. So that's 150 days for those homes that are 800 and higher on the market. And then homes that were at 511 average, their average time was 64 days, way, way better than 150. And we know there's going to be outliers on both of these. There's going to be homes that are on the market way too long. And then of course, homes that sell in 2 days. That's why we come to the 150 or the 64. So if I broke that down though, I bet there's just a few big outliers to make this 64. And then the rest of the numbers are probably 2 weeks or less that are going under contract at 500 and under. Average days for market this week, 94 days. That's up 63 days, about the same as last week. So we're kind of hovering around that same time, basically. And then these are just, this is the numbers behind those bar graphs you just saw. So you can always go back to YouTube in a day or two. I'll have this uploaded, and you can slow it down, pause it, and look at these numbers closer to see what are the numbers behind those bar graphs that I just gave you. And then you can do your math to figure out. So average LP stands for list price. So we saw for sold listings a week ago, the average list price was $585, and the average sale price was $559. This week, average list price for sold homes is $414, and the average sale price for the sold homes is $404. Definitely a lower number there. And look at only 39 days average market time for those homes. So that's really quite interesting. Obviously, the lower we go in price, the quicker they are moving. So this is looking at average showings per listing. Really, in this right column, that's what you're seeing. We can see how many listings had showings and how many showings there were, comes up with the average. And this is a new historical high for average list showings per listing, 3.31 all last year. I never saw this number. So this is historical, at least for me, since I've been tracking this in the last year. My manager's been tracking it for years, and he said he's never seen this average before. So this is incredible. This is certainly makes me optimistic for the year. Since, COVID's been around for a while now, you guys, and this is still happening. And even the rate went up a quarter point prior to last weekend, and we still saw that number showing. So I'm feeling good. A week ago, the average market action index was 39, seller's market. We had been hovering around 38 last year. We dipped down to 36 towards the end of the year, picked up again in December, actually, towards the end. And we're at 39 now, and now 42. I never saw 42 for all of Naperville last year. So real estate's picking up, you guys. Sellers, I really hope you're listening. Get out there, get your house on the market before the springtime. If you can get it out there and show well before Super Bowl, do it. Everyone's saying, oh, we should wait until after Super Bowl. No, do it now. If your house is ready, please listen to me. If you have an agent you're working with, call him or her back and say, let's get this moving faster, okay? Really, seriously, you guys, you got to pay attention to these numbers. And if you know anybody that's thinking of selling, tell them to watch this show so they know what to do. I don't care if they call me or not. I'm just trying to help people out there. Just get some education here. It'll really help you out and make more money. A year ago, or not a year ago, a week ago, here were the average on the interest rates, 2.87 for a 30-year fixed conventional, and then a 30-year FHA, 2.66. These are the base rates. All right, now let's see. I heard that it went up a quarter point, but let's see. I pulled these yesterday. Let's see what the averages are. 2.64, that's lower, and 2.89. So what was it last week? 2.87. It's barely gone up. And I did talk to a lender, and I don't even understand all the lending details, but she said it got up a quarter rate. She said, but they're really not gone up effectively to buyers. It's more about what the feds are doing inside, but it's still looking really nice here. So just a little thought here. If you are a buyer and you're buying a house, you're under contract, and you are doing underwriting, please follow these instructions. So that way you don't have problems at the finish line getting your mortgage. And I'm going to share a story with you while you're reading this little screen. There was a buyer, wasn't my transaction, but an agent had a buyer, and the buyer was very, very excited about moving into their home and closing on their house. So they went out and they're like, we need furniture. We're going to need furniture, and we want to have it when we move in. So let's go out and buy some furniture. So that way, when we close on the house, it'll be ready. So they did that. They bought a whole ton of furniture for the family room, living room, whatever it was. And then a few days before closing, the mortgage lender did one final scrape on their credit cards and said, Whoa, what are these huge charges on these credit cards? Or maybe the buyer opened up a charge card at the furniture store and then they were denied their mortgage. Couldn't close, couldn't buy the house, and they were stuck with a truck full of furniture for nowhere to put it. So please rescind from any big expenditures. Just do your regular spending, groceries, gas, keep your bills paid. Don't go out buying clothes, opening retail cars, buying cars, reserving a trip. Please don't do any of that until the day after you close on your house. And go out and do whatever you want. I don't care what you do. You got your house, you got your mortgage. They can't rescind on the mortgage. And once you do, once you close on it, and then go out and get your furniture. So that's a little tip to all of you buyers that maybe are under contract, or, you're out there shopping and you're all excited about a house and maybe you're moving up and you don't have a lot of furniture and you couldn't negotiate any with the seller or didn't want to. Just be patient and wait to get that furniture until after you move in. All right. So I hope this was all very helpful to you. I do this, as I said, if you're catching this show right at the end and you're like, I missed the show. It's okay. I upload it into YouTube every week. I usually upload it within 24 to 48 hours, and just look for the word weekly update. If you just search Christine Thompson weekly update, you'll find this on YouTube, or just search Christine Thompson Realtor. I have a channel on YouTube. You'll find all of the weekly updates I've been doing. So you can track all the way back to, I think I started in March of 2020. I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm excited about it because people are watching it, if not live. They are catching it later. I asked my social media manager, and she said, yes, people are clicking and watching on your YouTube shows and stuff. So information is getting out there. I hope you're getting the information too. And please do be sure to share and like this so other people can catch on to it. I love to know that people are getting educated when they're stepping into the real estate market. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week.